traveling is something that, like, I don't know exactly how it does to cultivate a person, but like it really can change a person and like bring out more who they are and improve them and make them like see themselves in a clearer way, and like just how it just really affects how they act towards the world, because you see a different part of it. Like being on Lopez, we're on such a small place. When you go to Nicaragua, you see this whole different culture, this whole different way of living, and like you can't look at the world the same way after seeing that.
Yep, one more time and then a little water. Hey!
That aldoquines making, which is like the brick blocks, and it's really hard. Ditch digging, we're doing it for CDCA and the people of the cooperative, and just helping them further their project along. I mean, I've met a lot of the workers there and kind of like heard their stories, and just kind of, as you're like bending over, shoveling, you just get to talk to people.
I love Nicaragua. Why? I like the people. I like the colors everywhere. All the buildings are painted. There's a lot of murals. What's at the corner of and especially the kids.
I think it's really important to travel, especially as like a young person, and you just get to see like a different part of the world. And I've really enjoyed like getting to meet so many different people and hearing their stories and playing soccer with the kids. It's just a great way to connect with people that you'd never ever meet if you just stayed at home.
It's those personal connections you have with people that they're impossible to describe, but I don't know anyone who would come here and not want to travel again, because it's like those moments.
Coming to Nicaragua, I learned more than I've learned about just other cultures and other ways of life than I have throughout most of my life. You're just able to see how people can get by with so much less than we have and still have such a fulfilling life. We can practice our Spanish and all that, but I think one of the main things that is taken away from this trip is just a really heightened perspective on the world and just how it all works.
Yeah, I can imagine like
being in school right now. Like right now I should be, going to chemistry or whatever. It seems so unimportant now. It seems like there's so much more out there that our little lives don't really matter. Insignificant that there's, 6.5 billion people on the earth and people with way bigger problems than you have and people that are struggling and going through hardship. It makes it seem like, my science project or my senior portfolio, like who really cares,
Smell the smoke of plastic burning. You can see the trash. Like there's no way to escape the poverty and like the sadness around you of their lives.
Going to the dump and seeing that kind of poverty and that extreme condition. I mean, kids and families living in a place where people dump their trash off is pretty impacting to see. And I think it just changed me in terms of seeing how other people have to live.
It is a lot to see a lot of the poverty and to meet the people and look in their eyes and just kind of see their pain. But I feel like I'm growing from this experience and just learning more about other people in the world.
When we were talking to the kids and I couldn't understand them, and once I understood them, things weren't too bad. But when I couldn't understand something, I just always turned to the worst possible thing they could be saying, like about sniffing glue or something. I knew it was coming up, but if I couldn't understand them, I'd get worried about what was happening and if they were saying something bad about me. Or when I couldn't understand people, it really freaked me out a little bit.
We were playing with the kids and it was all fun, and I was focused on something that was happy, and I wasn't like taking in what was going on, kind of. And they talked to us about glue sniffers and stuff, and I actually kicked the ball out there playing ball over this like 50-foot ledge into this really dirty lake, and I was like, cool, I lost all of their entertainment for the rest of their lives. Really, gringos are really helping out, but then they're like, oh, es posible or whatever, and these two kids just climbed down this cliff and then grabbed it and came back up, and I was talking to this kid next to me and he wasn't responding, and I was like, so I asked him. I thought probably my Spanish was bad because that's how it always is, but I looked over and he had like the jar of glue like in his mouth, like up against his nose, and I was just, at first I saw it and I was like, oh, that's weird, and then I just realized what that meant and how serious it was and how terrible their lives are. And it's not just something they talk about, it's like the kids around them, even around the clean kids, there's still some of them that are struggling.